It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello, everybody. Ernie Johnson here. Shaq's here. Kenny's here. Welcome to this edition of 2K Sports. For tonight's game, we'll be watching the Los Angeles Lakers as they go up against the Rockets in Houston. Looking at the Rockets, they want to turn it around after the loss to the Nets. They got caught flat-footed, lost a game they felt should have been theirs. Looking to turn the page here. In tonight's game, Carmelo Anthony, one of the top scorers in the history of the NBA.
History?
Yeah.
Wow, that's right. That's right.
Now,
That's
deep into his 30s now. Mm-hmm. And for him, Kenny, it's become about trying to win an NBA title.
Yeah, because he's got the gold medals, he's got the double-digit All-Star appearances, and a scoring title. But what he has not attained is the ultimate goal of getting the ring.
You know, he's put up some Hall of Fame numbers, and at this point, he just wants to win.
I agree.
Yeah. And what are his chances?
Doesn't matter because he'll never surpass us. We have 6 rings up here, Ernie.
Wow.
4, 2, and 0. That's 6.
You have such a great way of putting things.
Yeah, you didn't have to call Ernest out.
I didn't call him out. I just said we as a team, we have 6 rings.
That's true.
You don't have to. You don't have to say 4, 2, and 0.
Okay.
You just say we have 6 rings up here at this desk.
We have
Got
6
it.
rings.
6 rings at this
2
desk.
over here.
4 over there.
0. But it makes 6.
We're still champions, Ernie.
My self-esteem is taking a beating today.
That's all right.
We used to
Taking a beating.
We used to get Emmys
Taking
until
a beating.
But Emmys.
No,
Emmys counts as rings.
We used to get a lot of Emmys until.
Oh, let's let it go.
Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you later.
Rockets here at home in this Western Conference matchup live here in Houston. And get ready for another dose of NBA basketball on 2K Sports. With Greg Anthony, Chris Webber, and David Aldridge, Kevin Harlan. And joining us tonight, a man who once said he will never write another traditional sports column. Please don't say that. So, Bill Simmons, don't say that.
Well, now you just have to tweet. You need 280 characters, and you can pretend you're a writer.
What do you think of social media?
I actually think for basketball, it's been a huge advantage. And it hasn't been a huge advantage for a lot of other things, but I think it's made basketball a lot more fun. I do worry, though, sometimes that people are just watching their Twitter feed over the games. I still think there's an advantage for people who actually are watching what's going on versus watching people's reactions to what's going on.
Interesting. This game marks the end of a road trip for the Lakers. They're looking to snag one here before heading home. It's an opportunity for them to play in a heated matchup like this, to play your best basketball. These are the games, guys, that show how well you match up against the other great teams in the league.
And they battled these guys to 1 win and 1 loss. It's been really an intriguing matchup. I'm looking forward to seeing how the 3rd chapter plays out.
Yeah, Greg, it's been a fun back and forth between these teams this season. I only see it heating up a little bit more here tonight.
We are nearly ready for the tip-off, but first, let's hear from our very own David Aldridge. DA, it's all yours.
Thank you, Kevin. Well, we know Rockets coach Mike D'Antoni was the architect of the 7 seconds or less offense in Phoenix. But he says we should have been more aggressive. We kept asking, is it too many threes? Now, there's no such thing. Kevin?
Great stuff, DA. Thanks. Bill in Houston, if there's one critique of James Harden's game, it's been his defense. But do you think that's changing a bit? Are we seeing some evolving in his game?
Definitely changing. First of all, he's playing defense now, which has been a revelation.
Jeff Bezdelic, I think, has really gotten his fingerprints on him.
Yeah, good name drop, too, by the way. I like that. Yeah, you know what changes your defense is being picked apart online and Twitter GIFs and YouTube clips and people on studio shows on big, giant HD screens pointing out that you didn't try on this and that you're a matador. And I think that there's been a shaming element of his defense that's actually been successful for him. And I wish we had that in the 80s for Dominique Wilkins and some of these other guys. Maybe if we had shamed Dominique Wilkins, maybe we would have played better defense.
All fueled up and ready to go. Brought to you by Gatorade. Let's check out who's on the floor. So the Lakers 5 right now. LeBron and Kuzma make up the forwards. All out there with Brandon Ingram. And it's Len in at center.
He's terrific at finding the open man. I mean, good awareness from the floor, from the combo guard. Hard.
Stolen by Nene. Goes up. And Harden with the stuff.
Yeah, getting theirs before the defense can set up.
Now, that's just the aggressiveness of transition, making sure they come away with points.
Now here's James. 11 points for him in that last game against the Thunder in Oklahoma City.
You can't forget about how great a passer James is. After he gets a pick, remarkable at moving it quickly to his teammates.
And a tremendous Unleash Chaos replay coming to you courtesy of Under Armour Hover Havoc. Here's Anthony, and it's Anthony with the jam.
Oh, he caught him in stride with the lead pass. Now that was timing.
And here's James. He'll bring it up for the Los Angeles Lakers. 4-point game. In the corner, it's Ingram. Out to Kuzma. No good from outside. Rockets have gotten their first 3 shots to go in for him to start off this game. A shot by Anthony. Nobody around. Drains the three-pointer. Anthony's got 5 now.
And Anthony is certainly capable of sinking the triple. The D has to respect that quick release and get out on it.
Ingram attacking. Lakers working the ball around now. 6 on the shot clock. Whistle blows. Bucket is good, and he'll have a chance at the line to make it a 3-point play. Bill, the Rockets going into last season, new ownership. Seems like the transition has been pretty smooth so far in Houston.
Yeah, except that they left a title on the table last spring. They came really close. They had big leads in Game 6, big lead in Game 7, and just could not close the door. And that's been a recurring theme for James Harden, for Chris Paul, who missed the last 2 games.
Those games, right.
And I don't know if they're ever going to have a better chance than that, because we're talking about Chris Paul now. He's in the 2005 draft. I think this is his 14th year. And point guards, as they get older, you can still get the 28 to 30 minutes a game out of them, but you're not getting like a top 3 All-NBA team type of performance. And I just wonder if they missed their window.
Here is Paul. After the basket by the Lakers. Passes it to Nene. Knocked loose. Harden against Ingram. Now here's Harden. He's guarded closer.
A 7'3" wingspan. Ingram's reach makes him a defensive factor.
Back to ball. From deep. Kuzma inside. Guarded by Nene. Pass to Ingram. James kicks to Ingram. From deep. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
Now that makes them 80% from the floor early on. Let's see how long they can stay this high.
Ball finds Anthony. Anderson outside. Back to Anthony. Over James. Anthony's shot is off. The Lakers trail. Guys, this offense very effective.
And guys, the defense has been no match. They've just picked them apart.
Here's LeBron, and the dunk by LeBron.
James is just remarkable, showing no remorse when he's attacking the rim.
And it's Anthony with the ball for the Houston Rockets. Here's Harden on the wing. Nene outside. Back to Harden. The Rockets again can't hit.
A big mistake by the D, and they got away with it.
LeBron left side. Here's Kuzma. They get it back. Second chance shot, and Anthony sends it back, and he gets it back. They shoot again, and James with a nice bucket inside. LeBron's got 7 points. And now the first timeout called here for the Rockets. Ryan Anderson, hard to think of a better guy with that size and shooting range to match. But on the other end, he has had some challenges on the defensive end of the floor.
So challenges is the word we're going to use?
Well, I'm trying to be diplomatic.
You're very diplomatic.
Go at him then. If you want to go at him, go at him.
I love Ryan Anderson. He's a guy who makes wide open three-point shots. And
stretches the floor.
Right. And unfortunately for him now, the league swung in his direction for a couple years there where you had somebody like him and he could pull big guys out and make teams change what they want to do because you don't want to have your 6'6" power forward running out and guarding Ryan Anderson. But now everybody has the spread the floor team, and it's hard for him defensively on the other end to guard some of these undersized athletic fours.
Here's Ingram following the basket by Nene. Ingram, LeBron outside. Over Anthony. James, no good.
He may have missed it, but that's a clean look at the basket.
Harden the pass to Carmelo. Great D that time from LeBron.
The active defense making things very hard on him as he goes in for the layup.
The dish to Len. Out to Ingram. Lets the three fly. The Lakers rebound. Len passes to Ingram. Jacks up a three. And the rebound goes to the Rockets. Coming off that loss against the Nets.
Yeah, nowhere near at their best throughout the course of that game. A scrappy performance, but in the end, just not enough.
Yeah, but the fact they came so close, you got to admit it's impressive. I mean, most teams on an off night like that wouldn't have been anywhere near the lead.
Here's Kuzma after the made shot from Carmelo Anthony. Back to LeBron. The three. Ingram can't get that one to fall. Houston in the lead. Pass to Paul. That one falls coming off Anthony's feet. Paul's got 6.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Out to Kuzma. In the corner, it's Ingram. Drops in the tray. Ingram's got it all tied up now for the Lakers. Always a spirited debate, Bill, around the NBA. Which team was the best ever? I know you have an opinion on a lot of this stuff.
Yeah, I used to feel really strongly about my opinion on this, but I think basketball has changed so much over this decade that I'm not even positive how you could compare what this Warriors team is versus what... I always thought the 86 Celtics were the best team, but the 86 Celtics were built... I always compared it to a hockey team on a power play where you're just trying to get closer and closer to the net and crowd the net, and they were just built around getting layups and the best possible shots. The Warriors are built around math and shooting threes and spacing the floor. And if you took the 86 Celtics and indoctrinated them in that style for 5 years, they all would have been shooting threes, and they probably would have done it better than the Warriors, but I don't know. So I almost have like the before-after with theirs. I think the Warriors are the best team of the math era, but I still think the 86 Celtics were the best start-to-finish season anyone's had. The dark horse for me was the 01 Lakers, the second Lakers team. When Shaq and Kobe, they had won the year before, rocky first few months, and then they figured out whatever they needed to figure out, and Phil Jackson probably sprinkled some Zen fairy dust on them or whatever he did, and they just ripped through the league. And they came very close to going undefeated in the playoffs. So that would be my dark horse.
He hits the second from the line. Picking back up, Bill, on our discussion of the greatest teams from different eras. What about those Chicago teams with Jordan in the 90s?
You know, the best one was probably the 92 team. But I really do think the league got a little diluted there in the 90s because of expansion. I don't think there was, like, the quote-unquote best Bulls team. I think Jordan was so great, he made it look probably a little easier than it was. But, you know, there's teams, they never really went against a great center other than 95 and 96 against Shaq. And, you know, the NBA pretends this never happened, but the Magic beat them when Michael came back from baseball, and Shaq and Horace Grant destroyed them. They were just too big for them. So, you know, for me, I still think that Shaq Kobe 01 team was really great. Like, those guys were averaging 30 points a game each that year. and we're just unstoppable. All the role players are really good. They had Big Shot Rob on that team, and Fisher, and Brian Shaw, Rick Fox. Like, that was a really good team. But I still think the 86 Celtics, having 4 Hall of Famers in the front court, DJ, Danny Ainge, the home court advantage, Bird at his peak of his powers, like, I would still say them.
And it's the Rockets with the ball. After the basket by the Lakers. A shot by Paul. Nobody around. The Rockets again can't hit. The Lakers in the lead. Bill, we know in your writing that you love to incorporate pop culture references. How did that begin with you?
Well, it began because in college, I was dropping them in columns and people were responding. I think pop culture probably mattered more when I was in college in the 80s and 90s because, we didn't have the internet back then. It was harder to connect with people you didn't know. Basically, you had sports and pop culture and politics. Those were the 3 ways. If I'm getting to know you, what are the 3 things we're going to talk about? I didn't want to talk about politics with anybody, so the other 2 things for me were sports, pop culture. I was also an only child in the 70s with only 5 or 6 TV channels watching Brady Bunch, Partridge Family, Sanford and Son, Jefferson's, Good Times, all that stuff. And, that stuff just soaks into your DNA, and that's it.
Hart the pass to Stevenson. It's stolen by Green. And now, here comes Gordon leading the break. The open shot, Paul drains the jumper to finish the break. Paul's got 8 points.
Well, he's been the safety valve for them on every possession. So dependable.
And Bill, in talking about the connection between pop culture, sports, and basketball during your career, through it all, you've always been a writer, though, haven't you?
Always been a writer. Only that was the only child of me. The thing is, though, I would have watched more basketball, but basketball wasn't on. I try to explain this to people, how lucky they are to be able to watch.
They can't believe these finals were taped away.
Well, but think about the day-to-day, right? Like Magic Johnson. I feel like I saw his whole career, but I really didn't. Like, his first couple of years in LA, I think CBS was only showing like 6 or 7 regular season games.
Sunday afternoons.
In the playoffs, they would bump them off.
Yep.
USA, I think, got the contract in maybe 1982, but for the most part, like, I love George Gervin. I probably saw him play in person twice, and I saw him on TV maybe 10 times, 12 times. And now I could watch Giannis every day. And if Giannis dunks, I could see it on Twitter 5 minutes later, or 5 seconds later. So, I think people are lucky. You guys should appreciate how lucky you are out there.
He's finding some good shots early on. And what you like about it, he's not trying to do too much.
Rondo kicks to Stevenson. 46 seconds left here in the first quarter. And Hart has it in the corner. Beasley outside. Rondo looking around. No good from Beasley.
And already they've staked out a noticeable advantage in terms of aggression and controlling the backcourt.
And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
And when he's healthy, Gordon is extremely effective, an incredible scorer who fills up the stat sheet.
The Rockets shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game. And the first one at the line is good. Ennis, he's checked in for Gerald Green. Zubac is checked in for Los Angeles. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope comes in for Lance Stevenson. Lakers trail by 8. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Now, here's Caldwell-Pope. Looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game. To stop the run. A big-time effort for Chris Paul, providing a lot of energy for the Houston Rockets. He was a true standout at the offensive end, both with his scoring and his passing. And we'll be back with you shortly. Now a chance to hear shooting guard Eric Gordon talk about their key to winning.
It's all about not making mistakes, getting rebounds, and getting good stuff to really push the pace up. And I think when we do that, we always are at our best.
And, Greg, nowadays it's all about pushing the pace.
And it's an offensive-oriented league now. When you execute and really look to attack, it puts the opposition on their heels.
And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And looking at what we've seen from Houston, what do you guys think?
Through that first one, they turned this thing into a track meet.
But I'll tell you what, when you allow them to speed up the tempo, there's a good chance you're going to fall behind.
So the Lakers 5 right now. Rondo and Caldwell Pope in the backcourt. Hart is out there with Beasley. And it's Zubats in at the center position. Lakers trail by 11. Bill, you've watched the NBA evolve. Talk about some of the biggest changes over the last decade you've seen.
The three-point line and the threes or foul shots philosophy, I think, is the biggest thing. Just the pace of the game has really improved and to a really pleasing way for fans. Like just what Steve Nash was doing last decade in those Suns teams, that everybody's playing that way now. I think the social media and the players basically getting rid of the wall between them and the fans, using social media, using Instagram, and we just feel like we know these guys better. And their ability to control their own message now versus where they were 10 years ago. It all started with the decision of LeBron James and has carried through this whole decade. And these guys now, they can get whatever message out they want. They can criticize the president. They can criticize their own team. They can ask for a trade. If they get called out by some writer or somebody who writes a hit piece, they can go back at the guy and sick all their fans on the writer.
Here's Zubats following the basket by Chris Paul.
It doesn't take much to impact his shot. I mean, even at point-blank range.
And there's Eric Gordon on the assist by Paul. Paul's got his 7th assist in the game. Lakers trail by 15. Going back to our topic from a moment ago, Bill, you mentioned the interaction between players and social media and how that's become a new facet, a skill we're seeing daily from players.
There's just way more accountability now. And I'm really impressed by how polished the guys are that come in the league now. And I think the LeBron generation, LeBron, Wade, Chris Bosh, some of those guys from the last generation that came up and became vets and really knew how, Paul Pierce, who knew how to handle their business. Now these new guys come in, they're 19, 20 years old, and they act like they're 30. I'm sure you see it at the games.
Shocking.
Whereas in the 90s, it was a free-for-all. You had these guys who, if you gave them a live mic, you were terrified. And now these guys are 19 years old,
Polished.
giving, long interviews to reporters. It's like, how are you doing this?
Tatum in particular is very
Tatum's
impressive.
already good at being a bad interviewer. Like, he doesn't say anything. He knows how to dodge any question. It's like, you're 19. How do you know how to do this?
Unbelievable. And the shot's good from the name.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Los Angeles calls timeout. You have LeBron James at the very top of the basketball pyramid, but where exactly do you rank him among the all-time greats?
So when I wrote my book in 2009, did the paperback in 2010, I had him 20th, and I actually projected a little because I knew he'd get in the top 12 or whatever. Until recently, I had him 3rd. It hurt to put him against Bird and Magic, but at the totality of his career, and just never getting hurt and just playing 100 games a year, is just, at some point, you just got to give it up for the guy. This last year was the year I put him above Bill Russell. And now I only have Jordan over him. And it's going to take a lot for me to put him over Jordan. If he had beaten the Warriors in the finals last year by himself, I would have been like, all right, you're number one. You've taken it. You've done it. I think the thing to remember about LeBron, though, is, with Jordan, we weren't really sure he was the number one guy until 97 and 98. It was those last 2 titles and the way he won them and those seasons that by the end of it, we were like, all right, that's the best player ever. LeBron hasn't totally had that moment yet, but it still might happen. It can't be ruled out. So I don't think this is a done decision yet.
Here is Harden following the basket by Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. It's Harden with the drive and a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
And as soon as Harden puts the ball down on the floor, you know he's trying to take it all the way, and he's not afraid to get hit either.
The Rockets shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game. Harden hits them both.
Just solid. Really one of the very best there is at the free throw line.
And so James will bring it up for the Lakers. They trail by 14. Caldwell-Pope on the wing. To the middle. Got a piece of it. Stolen by Anderson. James against Anthony. And he buries that one, drilling the rim on the way down. Anthony's got 9 points.
And Melo, a skilled shooter. If he gets a clean look, you expect him to make it.
And there's the foul. It goes on Ryan Anderson. That is his first foul of the game. Here's James. 10 points for him. Kuzma passes to Caldwell Pope. Back to Kuzma. Caldwell Pope outside.
The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter.
There's 3-pointers off the mark.
And that's the battle they haven't been winning today. Their work on the glass has been porous, and that's got to change.
The 3 from Harden. It's hauled in by Zubac. Lakers trail by 16. Caldwell Pope finds James. Lays it up and banks it in. 12 points for him. Bill, your long-lost cousin Ben Simmons headlined a tremendous rookie class in 2017. And in fact, people might think it's the best rookie season ever in the history of the league.
A lot of good players. Simmons, Mitchell, Tatum. Do we count Simmons in that class, though? I guess.
Well, since he won the Rookie of the Year, let's put him in there.
All right, we'll put him in there.
Technically.
I think if you come out of a year of rookies and you get one guy who has a chance to be a franchise guy, that's a good thing. We had 3. If you're doing 3 a year for 10 years, you have the most ridiculous league of all time. I think the talent ebbs and flows, and we've had stretches. Like I think last decade, in the 2000s, especially like from about 03 to 07, 08, like we were just short all-stars. We were just short a few guys, and you saw teams like the Nets with Jason Kidd made the finals 2 years in a row, and you saw the Ben Wallace Pistons team actually win the title.
With no superstars.
Right. And you saw, in 06, the Pistons, remember they were on pace to win 70 games, and they had 4 All-Stars? The league just wasn't that good, and now it's flipped, and it's so loaded. I think from a talent standpoint, as good as any year since 1993.
Wow, that's a big statement.
Yeah, which 25 years ago, we're just loaded with guys who could be Hall of Famers someday, or 8-time All-Stars, things like that. So now you look at this 17 class, and Simmons, Mitchell, Tatum, just right there. That's awesome. I still believe in Lonzo, and I still believe in De'Aaron Fox. I think those guys can be All-Stars too.
And the Rockets making a change here. Green's checked in. Glenn's checked in for the Lakers. Brandon Ingram comes in for Kentavious Caldwell Pope.
Slithering into the lane with such ease. When Ingram is aggressive, it forces the D to act.
This is his first chance at the line tonight. And so he makes both from the line. And here's Harden. He had an 18-point outing in the last game against Brooklyn. Fires the 3. It's good for his 4th bucket of the night. He's shooting 4 of 8.
He played a very solid first quarter. Now he's taking it up a notch here in the second.
LeBron James on the wing. And LeBron throws it down.
Oh, come on. We all know LeBron is used to getting fouled. It's just amazing how he keeps his focus. Such a powerful player.
This is his 3rd free throw attempt of the game.
And getting to the line and hitting your free throws, a good way to get back into the game. It stops the clock and extends the game and allows you the opportunity to set your defense. They've been perfect from the line so far here in the second quarter.
Now, here's Green. He had a 27-point outing in their last game against Brooklyn. LeBron against Anthony. LeBron kicks to Len. Now the pass to Kuzma. Out of bounds. Houston takes possession. And here's what the schedule looks like for the Los Angeles Lakers. On Monday, they'll be matching up against Kevin Durant and the Golden State Warriors. Then on Thursday, they'll face off against Jimmy Butler and the Minnesota Timberwolves.
And for the matchup with the Sixers, I think this squad has the confidence that they can play to their strengths against them. And even though they're going after the #1 team right now in our league, they feel they can get the W.
Now ball. James Harden missing on the 3. James, the pass to Len. That's tipped. Ball against Harden. Down low. Here's Nene. That's his 4th basket of the game, and he's only taken 4 shots. Off to a good start.
Look at the intensity of Nene, one of the strongest guys in the game. Phenomenal at scoring the ball inside.
Now here's LeBron. 15 points in the game. And Kuzma has it in the corner. Off target from outside. Rockets leading by 18. To the inside. And Green slams it in.
And the definition of teamwork right there on that alley-oop.
And Greg, what about the finish? Bringing it down with some thunder. Yeah. Ball against Harden. And there's the whistle. Illegal screen.
And a moment here to check out the numbers for Brandon Ingram. He's putting up 13 points a game, 2 assists, and 2 rebounds. Solid numbers, the kind of production we expect. And frankly, I think he's got another level to take it to.
Yeah, think about this. He definitely has the skill set to put up even bigger numbers. It wouldn't be a surprise to see that in the coming days.
And a terrific percentage here in the first half. You got to love their rhythm and the flow with which they're playing.
Well, it's the shot selection. That's been a positive for them thus far and a negative for their opponent. And he's not going to pass up that one. And trust me, he should. He's solid from that in-between there.
Here's Green. The shot comes out. Some solid defense from Ingram. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
And a chance here to take a look at the numbers for Harden. 2nd in assists, 5th in scoring, and ranking among the top 5 league-wide in three-point percentage. You have to consider him among the elite shooters in the NBA.
And going back to him being 2nd in assists, it's his ability to control the pace of the game, his peripheral vision. That makes him such a great floor leader. Kuzminskis, he's checked in for Houston. And then for Los Angeles, JaVale McGee's checked in for Alex Len. Lance Stevenson subbed in for Kyle Kuzma.
They haven't been able to count on his scoring tonight, but still, here they are in the lead.
LeBron outside. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
Defensively, I know we say it every game. You have to try to make someone other than LeBron beat you. Easier said than done.
Eric Gordon, he's checked in for the Rockets. For Los Angeles, they have knocked down 8 of 9 free throw attempts. I'd say those numbers read pretty well. He kicks to Green. Harden outside, beyond the arc. And James pulls it down. LeBron's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Great D that time from Green.
Almost every look he gets inside is a good one, but the D hangs in there and makes it a tough one.
And the call will be against Lonzo Ball. That's his first foul. The Rockets making a switch here. Tucker's checked in. Rajon Rondo's checked in for Los Angeles. Harden kicks to Kuzminskis. Gordon against Ingram. Gordon finds Harden. Another miss by Houston.
Well, I mean, I think he better come up with some different ways to get his points tonight because the 3, not one of them, ain't working.
McGee. That shot, no good. The Rockets go the other way with it. 22 is their biggest lead. And they're off to Philadelphia after this game as they'll take on the 76ers. That'll be the first half of a 2-game trip. Lakers trail by 15. 1:56 left to play in the first half. James with it. 20 points for him. 4 on the clock. 3 from Stevenson. Rockets with the rebound.
He's got to keep the ball moving. That's not a good shot with the D set up like it was.
Here's Gordon, and it's good off the back of the rim and in. Gordon's got 4 points this quarter.
Ooh, the lost art of the mid-range J. Gordon just measured it perfectly, squaring up and knocking it down.
Well, we want to thank the sports guy for being here. Enlightening as always. Bill, what a pleasure. Thanks for joining us.
Oh, I hope my son was impressed. Thank you, Kevin.
I'm sure he was. And Greg, a lot of great sports writers out there, also great commentators. And then there's Bill Simmons. He's kind of carved out his own category.
You know, Bill once said he will never write a traditional sports column, and he stayed true to that. He writes from the viewpoint of the passionate sports fan and brings that to his commentary as well.
Green taking his time here. Kicks it out to Gordon. From downtown, and another 3 for Houston.
Yeah, that's 2 straight 3-pointers they've allowed.
And so James will bring it up for Los Angeles. They come into this one following a loss to the Thunder.
And they couldn't get stops when they needed to. The opposition just too comfortable shooting the basketball.
And that's what can happen on the road. You have to be aggressive and try to disrupt them out of their normal routine.
And he just big-boyed it right there. The height advantage he's got down low, really difficult for them to defend.
Here is Harden. 14 points for him. Lets it go with the three. The shot will not fall. Rondo with a clean look, and the last shot before the buzzer is off. And so it's the Houston Rockets with a 19-point advantage heading into the next quarter. The scoring has been tremendous, and they are shooting lights out with very high accuracy. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Carmelo, looked like the offense was really working there. How were you guys able to get things going so well?
We got vets. We got guys that know how to play basketball. We come together as a team. We're doing that. We're just trying to take it one day at a time. That's it.
Well, thanks for your time, Carmelo. See you in the second half. Back to you, Kevin.
Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime. So we'll be back in just a bit to get the third quarter underway.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hi again, everyone. I'm Ernie Johnson, sitting alongside the Diesel and the Jet. Welcome to the halftime show on 2K Sports. Chris Paul has been the story in this one. He had 16 points, 7 assists, and 1 rebound. Kenny, what'd you think about the Rockets?
They have run their offense straight out of a coach's textbook tonight. Both ball and player movement have been excellent. And the result of all that movement, almost all high-quality shots they're generating. It's pretty to watch. Very good fundamental basketball.
Shaq, your take on the Lakers.
Well, they struggle in a number of areas. Protecting the rim is really at the top of the list. They haven't made that a priority. They haven't put forth a whole lot of effort. You got to protect the rim.
Thanks for joining us, folks. We're now just a few minutes away from the start of the third quarter.
Day turning tonight here in the Southwest. We're in Houston. Welcome back, everyone. And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. It's been a clinic out there by James.
And through the first two periods, it seemed he got to the paint whenever he wanted to, just a slasher's mentality.
Yeah, when you're trying to check a guy like that, you have to move your feet laterally, defensively. That didn't happen.
Everyone seems to suffer small injuries, C-Webb, over the course of a season. Who does the best, you think, at battling through those minor bumps and bruises and injuries and still continues to play well?
You know what, Kevin? I can't answer that question because whoever does it does not let us know also that they're hurt.
They hide it. Yeah, good point. You're right.
Because the main guys that get through it, they're not going to tell you.
Good point. The engine of this team, Paul and Harden in the backcourt. Gordon is out there with Nene, and it's Anthony in at the 3 spot. So that's who's on the floor for the Rockets. Here's Paul, following the bucket by the Lakers, and it's good, 2 points.
And a good read right there by Paul. Great at carving out space close to the rim and capitalizing.
James right side, and it goes out of bounds. That one's off Anthony. Now that we have a second, take a look at the teams that have scored the most points off turnovers over the last 10 games. The Lakers, number 1.
I mean, they've gotten a little more aggressive defensively. You can become a more confident team on that end, and so much of it, I think, has to do with forcing turnovers and creating offense. No question, he got bumped on that shot. Carmelo Anthony is one of the most formidable scorers ever. Top 20 in points all time in NBA history.
Ryan Anderson, he's checked in for Eric Gordon. Second half rolling along now, about a minute played here. James kicks to Kuzma. To the paint. Here's Len. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist. Len's got his third basket of the night right there. And when you think about Melo's scoring back to the basket, facing up, so versatile as a scorer.
A combination of strength, quickness, and touch that you rarely see. He can go around you, through you, or shoot it right over you.
And so here is Houston after the basket by Los Angeles. Just 5 on the clock. Anderson trying to free himself up. And the shot's good from Nene. Nene's got 12 in the game. James against Anthony. LeBron dishes to Len, and it's in there.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth physical basketball, guys.
Now here's Paul. 18 points for him. Harden inside the three-point line, and a great assist by Paul as that one goes in. Paul's got his 8th assist in the game. Ball kicks to Kuzma. Throws it up high. Pass the ball. LeBron against Anthony. Len, good. Len's got 6 in the quarter.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
Pass to Harden. A 3-ball. Kuzma pulls it in.
His three-point game hasn't been there for him today, but don't sleep on him. At any moment, he could get his touch back.
I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
The Lakers have gone 9 of 10 from the line, so making the most of their chances. No good on the free throw.
But you got to give the Rockets credit. I mean, other teams may have looked at the Warriors and threw up their hands, but not the Rockets. Houston tried to put pieces around Harden to contend for a title.
Josh Hart, he's checked in for Brandon Ingram.
What confidence from Harden. He's a lethal three-point shooter. He knows he has the green light.
And the Lakers call time here.
In a wise move to call time out there. They need to settle down a bit. They've been playing out of control at times here, and it shows with their turnover numbers.
Caldwell Pope, he's checked in for LeBron. The Lakers have gone 4 for 4 from the field since the halftime break. Terrific start to the third quarter. And the official signaled the backcourt violation. Not very careful there.
And a moment here to look at the numbers for Paul. Averaging about 19 points, 11 assists, and just over 2 steals. And you love his anticipation. All those steals, he's always a step ahead, reading plays before they develop.
His nose for the ball has never been better. I mean, Greg, his transition defense really stands out. If you get careless in the open court, he'll make you pay.
And it's Contavious Caldwell Pope with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Now Paul. 18 points for him. It's blocked. Ball kicks to Kuzma. Lets it go. He drains the quick shot. Kuzma's got 4 points now in the quarter.
The timing, the precision. You got to respect Kuzma's ability to drain shots off the pass.
Harden outside. Ball against Paul. Clock at 4. Puts it up from 15. They grab their own miss. Lakers trail by 20. Here's Kuzma. And the rebound goes to Nene. Nene's got 5 rebounds tonight. Here's Anthony. And it's off the back rim. No good. Lakers have gone 5 of 6 so far from the field in the second half. Tremendous efficiency. Here's Hart, guarded by Harden. Ball, no good. Houston leading by 20. Harden outside. Releases. The Rockets again can't hit.
You got to give the D credit there. It affected him. He didn't have much room to get the shot off.
Hart, no good.
Just the presence of the D in the lane is enough to make him short-arm that layup.
And it's blocked. Kuzma passes to Hart. Kicks it to Ball. Kuzma against Anderson. Draws contact on the shot, and now a three-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
And I like that they're not settling. Getting the ball on the interior, 8 of their last 10 coming that way.
Ennis, he's checked in for the Rockets. You know, for years, the adage has been that C-Web big men take longer to develop than other positions. Does that still ring true today?
I don't think so. I think today the point guard position, because the point guard position is the toughest position in the game. I think when the big men did take the longest to develop, it was because the big man position, the center and power forward, were the toughest, and that's kind of changed. Captain B didn't take very long to develop. Big men coming to the league, they're more polished now, and I think the fact that the coaches are the coaching, the skill sets now are so much more alike that guys can make an easier adjustment to the game because they've been playing their game and adjusting a lot longer than maybe the players before that had to find a different role once they enter into the pros.
Here is Harden after the basket by the Lakers. Pass to Ennis. Harden outside. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
He's taking over the game. Their lead's going to get even bigger if he keeps this up.
And Los Angeles with some changes. Beasley comes in for Kyle Kuzma. Rajon Rondo subbed in for Ball. For Houston, they haven't made a mistake at the line yet. 10 of 10.
Yeah, looking over their percentage on the season, I think they will be thrilled with the number in terms of their free throw percentage, 79.
Here's Hart. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Lays it up off the glass.
You can't pass up a shot from such short range.
Rockets leading by 19 points. Ball looking over the floor. Here's Harden. Rebound the Lakers. Land's got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game. Beasley. The teardrop falls in. Beasley's got his second bucket.
Oh, the floater's a tough shot, even when you're that close to the bucket.
Now here's Harden. He's got 25. Three-pointer. Beasley with the rebound.
And even with good coverage defensively that time, he has confidence to drill the three. And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Anthony finds Paul. Here's Harden on the wing. Rocket 6. Paul outside. And they'll turn it over. Could not get off his shot. 24-second violation. Houston making some changes. Kuzminskis, he's checked in for Anderson. P.J. Tucker comes in for Carmelo Anthony. And it's Green in for Chris Paul. The Lakers also making some changes. JaVale McGee comes in for Alex Len. And Lance Stevenson subbed in for Caldwell Pope. Here's Hart. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 8 points a game. Now here's Rondo, guarded by Tucker. The pass to McGee. It's good. McGee's got 9.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Shot left block, and that one's good. Green. And the Rockets lead by 17.
And those are the kinds of plays that are just killing them right now.
Beasley kicks to Rondo. And Hart has it in the corner. Over Harden. But they get it back. Kicks it out to Stevenson. Rondo passes to Beasley. Second shot opportunity. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
Really well done there. Just confident and composed, never in a hurry.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight. Houston making some changes. Nene comes in for Kuzminskis. And Eric Gordon subbed in for James Harden. C-Web, a big rule change. Defenders have to give jump shooters space to land. Your thoughts on that?
Great. Thank you. Think about if a guy is hot and you can't stop him, you should not be able to embellish with the rules by sliding your foot up under a guy. If we all remember, I believe that San Antonio was up a couple of years ago on Golden State at home in Game 1, and Pachulia inadvertently put his foot up under Kawhi Leonard, and Kawhi was injured. You have to give shooters space to come down. You can't be thinking about that on the way down. We don't want players injured or hurt in this game because of a lack of paying attention to detail, and I think this rule really helps it. Defenders have done it for years. It can be viewed as dirty, but I'm glad the NBA did something about it. I'm very happy about it. And check this out. You're going to see a lot of guys knocking down even more things.
Now here's Gordon. He's got 9. Great look, but off the mark. And McGee kicks to Stevenson. That one falls.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
And it's Ennis with the ball for Houston. Passes it to Nene. 5 to shoot. Here's Tucker. And he goes up strong with one hand and flushes it down.
And nobody, guys, among the defenders stepping up to challenge him on that drive to the 10.
And Greg, he says, thank you very much, and sails in for the flush.
Well, that's just a good example of why the score is what it is. I mean, they need to protect the rim a lot better than that.
And it's Green missing. Lakers trail by 12. 1:49 left here in the third quarter. Trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. And here's Ennis. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. On the wing, Gordon. He's guarded by Stevenson. Shots good by Green.
And you can see the play calling this half. Another one from distance.
Well, that's because they made a concerted effort to get the shooters involved. Now they've built up the confidence.
Now here's Rondo. Here's Zubac. Good. And it's Rondo who picks up the assist.
And when you're open, Rondo finds you. Always has his head on a swivel.
They double him with Stevenson. And Lance Stevenson picks up the foul. That's foul number 2 for him. And Los Angeles with some changes. LeBron, he's checked in for Beasley. And it's Ingram in for Lance Stevenson. Here's Green. It falls through, making him 6 for 11 in the game.
And he can smell blood in the water. Excellent finish.
Oh, yeah, up by double digits. They're trying to keep the momentum, keep the foot on the neck. That's his focus right now.
Now, here's Zubac. He averages about 5 points a game. Rondo kicks to Ingram. 5 on the clock. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
LeBron is so aggressive, virtually unguardable. Tough to contain when he's going up to shoot.
He's made all 6 of his tries at the line so far. And he sinks the second. Rockets leading by 14. There's 31 seconds left in the third. Gordon with no one around. They get it back.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
From deep. And Ingram with the basket on the assist by McGee. And that's 15 points for Brandon Ingram. And for Houston, they're shooting it really well. 54% from the floor. Ingram against Gordon. Launches it. No good. And so it's the Houston Rockets holding on to an 11-point cushion as we get ready to take a break. They're feeling very confident, shooting the ball with great efficiency and dictating the pace. Back right after this.
18. Oh, 18. 18.
And let's take this chance now to show you the State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
How about the unselfishness? Night in and night out, we see guys trying to force their own agenda. Not that time.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. Lakers trail by 11. Taking a look at Los Angeles. LeBron James is out there with Ivica Zubac. That's Rajon Rondo. And there's JaVale McGee. And it's Ingram in at the shooting guard position. And he trims the lead to single digits. McGee's got the first field goal of the fourth quarter here for the Lakers. Paul against Rondo. Unloads from 13. Paul's shot is off.
Well, in the rebounding game, at least, it's been a strong physical performance for him.
James, the pass to Ingram. Lakers working the ball around now. Stolen by Tucker. Paul with the ball. Outside Gordon. Back to Paul. Outside Gordon. Gets the 14-footer to fall. And the Rockets lead by 11.
And scoring comes naturally to Gordon. He's comfortable letting it fly from every area of the floor.
LeBron James on the wing. Zubac kicks to McGee. Paul against Rondo. Over Paul. And he didn't get quite enough under that one.
And as he squares up for mid-range, the defender right in his face.
Well, he did a great job of staying patient, letting the man make his move, and getting right up on the jump shot.
Now here is McGee. LeBron passes to Ingram. And again, the Lakers no good. And so it's Paul bringing it up for the Rockets. A great fourth quarter, just giving up 2 points. And a chance now to look at the schedule for Houston. They'll be facing Joel Embiid and the Philadelphia 76ers. Then on Wednesday, they'll go up against Kristaps Porzingis and the New York Knicks.
And when you look at that Raptors matchup, there aren't many other meetings that are as evenly matched as this one. Both teams can give and take punches, and this one, I think, is going to come down to the wire.
Catching up on the changes for Houston. Anderson comes in for Nene. And Anthony subbed in for Gerald Green.
And all James needs is just a little room. You got to go over the pick every time, or else he's probably going to burn it.
Now here's Anthony. Pass to Gordon. Outside Anthony. Over James. And that one goes long. Lakers trail by 10. And Chris Paul picks up the foul. That's his first foul. Lenz checked in for Los Angeles. Fourth quarter of play, and we're about 2.5 minutes through it right now. Ingram outside. Trying to find Len. Gets it to him. Nice fake, but the layup off the mark. Rockets leading by 10. Top of the key. The Rockets with another miss.
Man, right play, wrong result on that one. Generally, you knock those down.
Well, I like the decision-making, though. I mean, that's a shot you want to keep taking.
And he gets it to go. Kuzma's got it back down to a single-digit deficit for the Lakers. Right wing. Lobs it up for Anthony. Rebound the Lakers. Len's got 9 rebounds now tonight. LeBron kicks to Kuzma. Good, and the assist goes to James. LeBron's got assist number 7 for him tonight.
Incredible concentration from the big man. Knock Kuzma around all you want. He's committed to scoring inside.
Well, if you're just tuning in, welcome. We've got about 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. Anderson dishes to Carmelo. Buries it down low. And the Rockets lead by 8.
Yeah, just superb focus there from Melo, overpowering the D and still finishes.
Kuzma passes to LeBron. Trying to get open is Len. LeBron, no good. Rockets leading by 8. Here's Anthony. Nice jump shot from the top of the key. Anthony's got 4 this quarter.
And guys on defense gasping for air at this point.
Well, that's because both offenses are relentless. Each side trying to close this thing out.
And the dunk by Len.
Excellent court awareness. James has always had terrific instincts as a playmaker.
For Houston, they've gone 3 of 8 here in the fourth quarter. Ball outside. Anthony in the corner. And Houston again with the bucket.
Shots are just flowing for him right now, having a really strong quarter.
LeBron against Anthony. LeBron is doubled. It's good, and the Rocket lead is cut down now to just 8 on the basket from Len.
And we're seeing some great ball movement out of this group, guys.
Paul kicks to Anderson. And stolen by James. And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. Nice ball movement here by the Lakers. Pass the ball. Fires the 3. Here's Kuzma. He's looking for James and finds him. For 3, Ingram. Yes, it's James picking up the assist. And now just a 5-point Houston lead.
3-point range from his days at Duke. Ingram shoots with range.
Gordon deciding where to go with it. Anthony right side. Good. Anthony's got 21 in the game.
And Melo is highly explosive, nailing shots left and right. The D has got to get it out of his hands.
To the middle. Here's Len. And the dunk by Len.
And if that doesn't get them fired up, guys, nothing will.
Greg, just what the doctor ordered, huh? Some high-flying antics to narrow the deficit.
Give the loose D an assist on that one. Get a body on him.
So it's the Rockets now after the basket by the Lakers. That's a 2 from Paul. Bounces high off the rim and drops. He's got 20.
Tonight, Paul's all about putting up points. I mean, most of the time he's a distributor, but tonight he's going out and getting it.
Anthony against James. It's Ingram on the wing. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Yeah, and the second pick in the 2016 draft out of Duke, Brandon Ingram, possessing a rare combination of length and shooting ability.
So for the Rockets, Nene, he's checked in for P.J. Tucker, and it's James Harden in for Gordon. Paul against Ball. Paul kicks to Anderson. A 3-pointer off the mark. Lakers trail by 6. Here's Ball. It's James atop the key. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
There's almost no stopping LeBron if he's allowed to get inside. Too strong, too skilled.
Timeout called the Rockets. Present our Jordan Player of the Game, Chris Paul.
And the shooting percentage, how about all the way in the 60s, shows how deadly he can be when he's feeling it. And as locked in as he was, they were trying to feed him as much as possible. But he never got out of control. I mean, he kept his head and just stayed patient.
He gets a chance now to catch up with the 4th member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, during that break, Mike D'Antoni talked to his team. He was very adamant in the huddle. He said, don't let up now. Stay aggressive and do the things that have gotten us this far. We're almost there, guys.
Now here's Anthony. Takes a 3. The shot, no good.
He's done almost no damage from 3-point range in this game. No 3s in this half, and only 1 in the first.
One is off.
In many ways, he feels like he's playing his best ball right now when you talk about LeBron James.
And he's good on the second. And the Rockets with possession here. 22 is their biggest lead. Anderson outside. Lobbed up there for Anderson. Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. Fires it up. Hart, no good. Houston leading by 3. And there's the foul. It'll go on Josh Hart. That'll be his second foul of the game. And stolen by LeBron.
That's just his first turnover of the game. He's been making good decisions out there. Well, until that one.
And he has the chops for this, raising the intensity when it matters most.
But he's showing you he wants to close this game out. That's an attitude that he brings and is appreciated by this team.
Nene, and slam dunk by Nene.
And he's an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
He is, and he picks the simple one-hand stuff to get the 2 points. Now here's James. Here's Kuzma. Slides through for his 7th basket in 11 tries.
He had to battle through some tough shooting problems in the first half. I mean, give him credit. It's been much easier for him in the second.
Harden finds Anderson. Outside Anthony. Back to Anderson. 6 on the shot clock. Shoots over ball. And it's off the back rim. No good. And so James will bring it up for Los Angeles. They trail by 1. Hart, that's good. It's been a tight one so far. Very close game.
And matchups, it's really what it's all about, and these two teams are really equal.
Now here's Paul. Inside. They get it again. And the shot's good from Nene.
That's as good as it gets right there. Beautiful reverse layup in traffic.
Los Angeles has gone 2 or 3 in the 4th quarter from long range. Good shooting so far. James in the post. Anthony on him. Nice shot by James. James has got 10 points in just the second half. Ball against Ball. Paul passes to Anderson. Good, and Paul gets the assist. Anderson's got the game tied up here for Houston.
Well, they trust Anderson in these situations, Kevin. A primetime scorer. He loves being the go-to guy in these situations.
The kick out to LeBron. Back to Kuzma. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. Anderson. And so he's picked up his final foul. And he will sit for the rest of this game.
I love the fire Kuzma plays with, especially inside where he dares defenders to foul.
Houston making a switch here. Ennis is checked in. And that trip coming up empty. Missing both. This possession gives them a chance to take the lead.
Yeah, they don't want to let this one slip away.
The 3 from Anthony. No good on the shot. And the Lakers will go the other way with it. Now LeBron. And it's Ball at the elbow. And Hart has it in the corner. There's the 3. James finds Land. Yep, that one goes. Land's got 20 points.
That's how you play point forward. LeBron is one of the best ever at it.
Rockets trail. The pass to Carmelo. And he makes that one.
A good score inside, and the defense really offering very little resistance.
That's just an attack mindset. I love it. Game on the line. These are competing guys.
Now here's James. He dishes it to Land. He kicks the ball. The Lakers need to get a shot off here. Yes!
Now, that is cold-blooded.
Well, we want people to tune in, don't we? This is what they're tuning into. Big moments.
Houston's gone 0-3 so far in the 4th quarter from long range. Here's Anthony.
Love watching James dominate on defense. An impressive rejection artist. You better check your rear view when you're driving to the hole.
There's 38 seconds left in the 4th. Here's Ball. It's good.
Embracing the spotlight. Give ball the opportunity to shine, and he'll welcome it with open arms.
Timeout called the Rockets. They trail by 4. We've got 33 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Anthony looking it over.
Beautiful lead pass. The finisher never has to break stride.
We've got 28 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Guys are not going to be in any rush on this possession.
Not with the lead. Now's the time to burn some clock.
It's good from beyond the arc.
And now they are probably too far ahead. It's going to be nearly impossible to get back in this one.
That's why you can't let yourself get in this deep a hole. Very little time now to climb out.
Timeout called the Rockets. They're down by 5. 17 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. What's your take, guys?
It's going to be interesting to see what they draw up to get this quick shot.
Well, do you go with your rhythm? You have to decide, do you run something new, something that's been working, something they haven't seen?
It falls! What a beautiful shot to bring them to within 3.
And love the muscle Anthony brings to the 3 spot. Takes pride in outworking everyone when he's that deep inside. Had to foul and on that occasion to stop the clock. That's the enemy in this situation.
First free throw is good, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. And so both free throws are good, and it's a 5-point game.
And you can wrap this one up. Great job to stay cool at the line and finish it off.
Nene kicks to Ennis. Hall for 3. The Lakers with the rebound. And he commits the intentional foul. Gets the first, and that increases their lead to 6.
Yeah, and for being the 27th pick in the 2017 draft, Kuzma's made his mark early. Already surpassed expectations.
And Harden launches it from deep. Off target with that shot. And so the Lakers take the win. This was a hard-fought, well-earned victory for them, Greg. They really had to work for this win.
Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, weaker teams might have buckled at the end with the crowd amped up, everyone in the building kind of rooting against you, but they stood tall and pulled it out.
Well said. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much, LeBron. The spotlight's on you all the time. How do you kind of put that to the side and deliver the kind of performance you did tonight?
I just want to try to lead my team the best way I could. Whatever I needed to do out on the floor, I tried to be there for them tonight. And, I'm glad we was able to get this win.
Thanks very much, LeBron. Appreciate it. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David. Great job. Thanks so much. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Chris Webber, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. We'll see you later.